Okay, welcome back to Matt's Mods channel. This is part 2 of a series that I'm doing on jailbreaking a Chech 2502B. We're at the downgrade process, so if you missed part 1, it was disassembly, so now we're down to this stage here. There are a few differences between the 200 models and the 25 models, one of them being that the fan has a flange that covers over the top of the gnaw chip. Some people don't do what I do here, but I do, so it's the way it is. Alright, now I just got a pair of wire cutters here. I hold this, these are called heat sinks here. You'll notice there's a bit of thermal paste. They sit on top of the CPU and RSX chips, so I'll just hold this down and I cut, or I take a bit off. And it's not very much, it's only for those of you who know the metric system, it's about 20 mils I take off. Whatever that is, imperial, I don't know. Okay, just about that much. And that just makes it so I've got easier access to put my flasher clamp onto, because it does hinder it a little bit, the access. I'll show you what I mean when I get to it. I tidy it up a little bit, you don't want sharp edges to cut into your ribbon. And then I grab a piece of electrical tape. New roll. Oh, fuck's sake. Alright, we got there finally. Now just place that over here. Now that's to stop any sharp edges from cutting into my ribbon. You'll see when I get it together why I do it. Right, now line the 4 holes up. Piece of cardboard just cut out. Put that underneath your plate to stop it arcing out onto any of these circuitry here. Get a bit of a nip on each side. You want to tighten these down evenly. nice, tighten down nice and evenly. Turn it back over. First thing you do, put this fan clip back in, fan power. Okay, now you'll see if I didn't cut that little bit, that flange goes right over the Nor chip. The Nor chip is what I want to get at, so that's why I cut it. Battery can go back on now. Double check your fans plugged in. Power connector. Clips on. Yeah, side clips on. They only clip in one way, so if it's not going in, just turn it around. On off power, put it in carefully. E3 clip. Now the way the writing goes on the Nor chip is the way you face your ribbon cable. So in this case, goes kind of in reverse like that, and that's why I put the tape over that cut edge of the fan flange. Now you just put that on nice and carefully. Make sure it gets like a clip in, you feel it clipped in. H clamp, I think these are called. You can use a G clamp as well. Make sure they've got rubber around the feet. Now be careful when you clamp down, because if your clip comes off or just moves slightly and you clamp down on it, it will ruin your ribbon. A bit of pressure on there, not too much. Now you get an SD card like so, and your SD reader. SD card goes into the reader and we'll go to our computer, plug it in. Delete anything that's already on your SD card. I'll link this file in the description of the things that you'll need. Included in that is what is an update.bin. You'll need that for the first few different consoles that you Jailbreak to sync your E3 to the console, but mine's already synced with all the models, so I'll just leave my SD card as it is, nothing on it, and remove it. We'll go back to our console. Okay, with these flashes, this gate here can be, it can fall off, they're not put on very well. So be delicate with how you put your SD card in and clip it up. Then once it's on, you pull it outwards, and that'll lock it in. I just put a little bit of tape on mine to get a bit of extra pressure. When you get errors, they're generally connection errors, so all the connections, you want to make sure they're firm. That's why you're using a clamp, and that's why I tape down my SD card. Okay, that just clips on the underside there. That's set up, ready to go. Now you plug your console HDMI in to your TV and your power. It's all done right if you get that red button, the red light there on the power button. Now we'll do what they call a dump. Some people do a few, I just do one. I don't see the reason behind doing more than one. Okay, now you turn your console on, double check your fans running, and you'll get these series of lights on your flasher. Okay, all the green ones. The third from the power button side for a dump, you lift that lever up, you can see that's up, and all the rest are down. Okay, now on your TV screen, you just wait for the message that comes up, cannot start appropriate system storage. Okay, once that comes up, use the top button up here. Okay, there's a bottom and a top one. Just press the top one, all the blue lights will go out, and we'll get our dump. Hopefully we'll have a good connection, it will go up straight away. If you get flashing lights at this stage, flashing blue lights, means more than likely you've got a connection error, so check your SD card and check your ribbon connection down on your NOR chip. In this instance our connections are right, so we just wait for these blue lights to fill. It's a bit hard, I know you're getting glare here, but I think there's 8 blue lights, and they'll just gradually go up. Okay, when it's finished, once the blue lights have all gone up, I can't show it to you properly because of the glare, but now the blue lights have all gone up, and it gets like a side to side motion, and that says that it's finished. Okay, you can turn your console off now. carefully unclip your SD card. And put it back in your reader, and we'll go back to our computer screen. Linked in the description will be a dump checker and dump statistic, something like that. Now this is what what you put your file into, which I'll show you. On your SD card now you'll have flash a log. You can delete that. Here is what your dump checker exec. Double click on it. Sometimes it'll say, did you skip reading, or did you read? Just answer that yes or no or whatever. Did you read these terms? I'll press yes, I read them. Okay, this is build 490 and it's designed to do up to 4.81 update, which I think we're on at the moment. So it's a matter of simply dragging it over into actual data. It'll run through all the hash checks. Do you want to patch this image? Press yes. If you get any errors down here, it won't let you patch it. But in this instance, we got a good dump, so it's patched, and it patches back straight to your SD card. Okay, so now you remove the original BKPP3 bin. Just delete that. Now delete your Chech log. Rename your patched dump back to its original form, bkpps3.bin. Now we can go back to, we can take the SD card out and put the patched dump into the console to downgrade it to 3.55. And carefully put it in. You know, when the SD card's seated right, it's kind of got a little cradle, and it just, you'll feel it click in nicely. And again, be careful with your gate. I have broken them off before accidentally, so I'm very careful with them now. Again, pull it out to seat it in properly, and I just put my tape back over it, get a stronger connection. Clip it back on. And we go through the same procedure as we did before. Turn the console back on. We wait for the message to come up on the screen. Now, the switch that we moved to the up position, the third along from the power switch side, you now pull downwards. And I just put my finger over the bottom half where the ribbon connection is, just to give it that extra bit of force to get a good connection. You see, while I'm waiting, these blue lights are going side to side. That tells that there's power. Now I've got my cannot start, the appropriate storage system was not found, so that's up on the screen. So now I'm ready to put the patch dump back into the console. Again, I press the top side button and the process starts again. This takes a longer than the dump, forcing it into the CPU or the NOR chip, so it can take 3 or 4 minutes to put in the patch dump. Okay, what I'll do, I'll turn this video off and I'll do a video connection. I'll connect the two videos up once this has gone through the motions of the blue lights coming to the end, exactly the same way that it did when you were doing the dump. So the lights will go up and you'll know it's finished when they all flash on and go side to side. Okay, it started now. I've got the first one. It'll be a few minutes, so I'll just, for the sake of speed, I'll just stop recording and start again when I've got it pushed in. Okay, we're almost there now. I just made a bit of an error before when I said it. What we're doing here is downgrading it to 3.55. We're not actually, we're downgrading it to the original firmware that the console came out on. So in this instance it's probably 2.70 or something like that. We'll have to put in the 3.55 firmware. We'll do that down the track after we get it back together. But we're almost there. I think we've got one light to go. Okay, so now we've got the blue lights moving left to right, and it's for a successful downgrade. So we can turn off the console now. Move everything to the side. Take the power off, important. Take the power out, don't electrocute yourself. Take all your HDMI and whatever out. On off button off, take your clamp off. Put it to the side. Unclip your clip. Okay, at this point in time you don't really want to go and have a coffee. You want to get you want to separate the fan from the chips while your thermal paste is hot. If you get yellow light and errors like that are often caused by the solder cracking underneath the chips, and this is by too much pressure put on them. Okay, these consoles are getting old now, and they're the solder can be brittle, so you want to be as careful as possible when removing. Okay, unclip your fan again. Now take off these plates again, take them off evenly, a few turns each screw. When you're taking it off, just slide it to the side and kind of twist it off. Okay, now you can take that bit of tape off the fan. Grab a rag, use any sort of thinners here. I just use metho. And just rub off your old thermal paste. You want these nice and clean. When you finish it, you should see a bit of writing on the chips. Shut up. Okay, so they're nice and clean now, and you do the same on the heat sinks, which are underneath the fan here. Okay, they're all nice and clean now. Now at this stage is when I give everything a clean off. I do that with compressed air. Okay, now we're ready to re-thermal paste. If you're going to go to the effort of doing this, you may as well invest in some good quality thermal paste. I use Arctic Silver Ceramic 2, which is a pretty good thermal paste. You want an even spread on these. You don't want it too thick. I just put 3 thin lines, and I've found that that spreads it evenly. Okay, that's the end of part 2. Part 3 will be assembly, so I'll see you there.